Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, I want you to know this space is created for those seeking peace in a noisy world, balance in chaotic routines, and purpose in the mundane. Today, we're diving into something subtle yet immensely powerful, the force of silence. Not just the absence of sound, but a way of living, a philosophy, a secret power that fuels the most formidable individuals among us. Have you ever wondered why the most capable, powerful people often seem quiet, reserved, even withdrawn? It's not because they lack opinions or drive. It's because they've tapped into a deeper current, one that doesn't need to shout to be felt. In this world that celebrates noise, constant sharing, endless stimulation, and instant gratification, choosing silence is not weakness. It's mastery. Let's begin with the key idea. Silence is not the absence of action, it is often the preparation for the most profound actions. Think about the metaphor of seeds. Seeds don't bloom under applause. They grow in darkness, in soil, far from any audience. But when the time is right, they rise quietly, steadily, powerfully. And that is exactly how truly powerful people move through life. They are not addicted to attention or applause. They are invested in their own development. Every day, in stillness, they build what the world will only see when it's already strong. In today's episode, we'll explore the life philosophies, habits, and inner worlds of such individuals. Through stories, parables, real-life examples, and quiet wisdom, we'll uncover why the silent path often leads to the loudest victories. From monks in secluded temples to mothers writing novels at dawn, from entrepreneurs cultivating land in solitude to creators working unseen for years, we'll meet them all. What we find is simple: true strength grows in stillness. There is a well-known saying in Buddhist practice, one day at a time, every day at a time. It may sound simple, but it holds the key to transforming a life. The essence is this: greatness is never a sudden event. It is the outcome of daily devotion, focus, and presence. The people who live by this don't waste energy on complaints, drama, or envy. They don't measure their lives by likes, followers, or fleeting applause. They measure it by integrity, effort, and intention. Let me tell you a story that illustrates this principle. A mother of three, an ordinary woman by any external metric, wakes up every day at 4 a.m. to write. Not once a week, not when she feels inspired, every single day. She doesn't share her struggles online. She doesn't boast about her discipline. She writes for years, and one day, quietly, without warning, her work becomes a bestseller. People ask, how did she do it? But the real question is, how did no one see it coming? The answer is silence. She wasn't absent. She was preparing. There's also the story of a young man who, after graduating from a top university, turned down a high-paying tech job to return to his rural hometown. While his peers rushed to the cities to compete, he chose to build something slowly. He studied sustainable farming. He failed, he learned, he failed again. But he kept going. 10 years later, he runs an advanced agricultural business, provides jobs for his community, and has transformed a small town's economy. He's not on magazine covers. He doesn't have a viral brand. He just has results. And all of it was built in silence. So why is silence so powerful? Because it creates space. Silence gives birth to clarity. In silence, we confront ourselves, not the version we project, but the raw, unfiltered self. In a noisy world, it takes courage to sit still, to face what emerges when there's no distraction. But those who do this, who make silence a daily practice, develop a resilience that is unshakable. They are not easily offended. They don't react to every slight. They don't chase validation. They are anchored. This anchoring is why monks in temples, rising before dawn, beginning their day in stillness, can face life with such poise. It's why spiritual practitioners walk slowly, eat mindfully, speak less, and set radiate strength. They aren't removed from life, they are deeply immersed in it, but on their own terms. There's a practice in Zen monasteries called sessin, a silent retreat that lasts several days. Participants don't speak, don't use technology, don't even look others in the eye. They simply sit, walk, breathe. To an outsider, it seems unproductive. To those inside, it is a profound reset. During these days, all the noise inside, the worries, fears, regrets, hopes, rise to the surface. And with each breath, practitioners learn to let them go. What remains is presence. What remains is power. Silence also teaches patience. And patience, in the modern world, is a superpower. Everyone wants instant results, instant success, instant healing. But true growth cannot be rushed. The strongest trees grow slowly. The deepest rivers run quietly, and the most impactful lives are rarely lived for attention. Here's another story. A young man once asked an old monk, "How do you stay so calm?" The monk replied, "Because I don't argue with what is. That is the fruit of silence, a life aligned with reality, not fantasy." We spend so much energy resisting reality, wishing people were different, regretting our past, fearing the future. But those who practice silence learn to accept, and in acceptance, they find freedom. This doesn't mean they lack ambition or vision. Quite the opposite, but their ambition is grounded, their vision clear. They know not everything is theirs to control, but everything is theirs to respond to. They take responsibility, not blame. They act with intention, not impulse. So how can we bring more of this silent strength into our own lives? Start with small practices. 10 minutes of stillness each morning. Turning off notifications after 9 p.m. Walking without your phone. Choosing to listen more than you speak. Writing instead of venting. Doing one thing at a time with full attention. These aren't grand gestures, but repeated daily, they rewire your nervous system, reorient your energy, and return you to yourself. Silence is not a retreat from life, it is a return to it. It teaches you to discern what truly matters. It helps you see clearly, it builds the inner architecture of strength, and it protects you from the chaos of modern life. And now, think about your own journey. How much time do you spend in noise? How often do you reach for your phone before reaching for your own thoughts? How often do you act from fear instead of clarity? These are not accusations. These are invitations. You don't need to become a monk. You don't need to live in the mountains, but you do need a practice. A way to remember who you are beneath the noise. Because in the end, all meaningful change starts in silence. Before the applause, there is preparation. Before the breakthrough, there is boredom. Before the success, there is solitude. And that is where the magic happens. So as you move through your day, I invite you to pause, just for a moment. Listen, not to others, not to your feed, but to that still, quiet voice inside you. It has been waiting, and it has so much to say. Thank you for watching this video. If today's message resonated with you, I invite you to share your thoughts below. What role does silence play in your life? Have you ever experienced its power? Subscribe for more content like this, and if this episode brought you clarity, please like and share it with someone who may need a reminder of the strength they already carry within. Remember, in silence, we do not disappear. We gather, we grow, we prepare. We'll see you next time.